When Gail Martin Sanders and Ron Logan Sutherland formed MartinLogan in 1980, they probably had no idea how successful their startup would eventually become over the next 40 years. Their see-through electrostatic panels have amazed listeners for years with an effortless sound that is totally free of any coloration. Now, while electrostatic speakers offer incredible sound, they are out of the reach of many music lovers as it costs a good deal of money to make one that sounds great that will also last for years to come. Now in 2010, MartinLogan came up with the solution in their Motion series lineup of speakers. These used a new tweeter they developed that offered most of the advantages of an electrostatic speaker without the price tag. Now the subject of today's review is actually on the older version of the Motion series, the Motion 35 XT. Now MartinLogan released the newest Motion series a little sooner than they had expected, and as a result, we purchased a truckload of the 35 XT and have the ability to offer them to you at an incredible price. Now, we have always felt that the Motion 35 XT was a stellar speaker for the money, and because of this unique situation, they are now an even better bang for the buck. The 35 XT is a medium-sized bookshelf speaker. Now, fit and finish on these are top-notch, and they come in both a beautiful black high-gloss finish and a cherry wood, as you see here. They also include metal perforated grills that attach magnetically to the front panels. Now, the cabinet is not a perfect rectangle, which does two things. First, it just looks cool. And more importantly, the non-parallel cabinet walls help reduce cabinet resonance. Now, it costs more to make a non-square speaker, and it's a technique that is used in higher performance speakers. While you can put the 35 XT on a bookshelf, you'll get the best performance if you stand mount them. They're about 13.5 inches tall by 7.5 inches wide and almost 12 inches deep. And at close to 20 pounds each, you're going to need a substantial speaker stand or table to support them. Now, when you rotate around to the rear of the speaker, you'll see some ultra high quality dual binding posts for bi-wiring and a very solid connector should you choose just to single wire them. Now, one of the big deals that makes the 35 XT sound so great is the Motion tweeter, which is roughly a 2.5 inch tall by 4 inch wide piece of very thin, super lightweight film etched with a conductive material, then folded up like an accordion. It is put in a neodymium magnetic field, and the current causes the accordion-like film to squeeze in and out, reproducing high frequencies. Now you get the benefit of a very lightweight electrostatic driver with a lot of space and cost savings. Plus, the surface area of a single XT Motion tweeter has roughly the same surface area as 10 conventional dome tweeters. Now, the end result of this design is a tweeter that is super low mass with far less distortion than a conventional driver. Now, the speed at which the Motion tweeter can respond to audio changes is much faster than a conventional tweeter as well. And MartinLogan couples this great XT tweeter with a 6.5 inch aluminum cone woofer. The rear ported cabinet uses a low turbulence port as well. Now both the woofer and tweeters are decoupled from the 3/4 inch thick MDF cabinet with a solid aluminum panel. Once again, this is something you see in much more expensive speakers, and MartinLogan spared no expense to make sure the quality of the crossover in the speaker matched that of the drivers. The high quality crossover and output power of the Motion tweeter and aluminum cone woofer enabled this speaker to come out with a very high efficiency rating for a modest sized bookshelf speaker. The 35 XT is rated at 92 decibel sensitivity, which means they are very dynamic and able to bring real life into your music. As you can tell, this is not your ordinary bookshelf speaker. Every single component of its design has qualities you would normally see in much more expensive speakers. Now for testing, we paired the Motion 35 XT up with a Cambridge CXA 80 integrated amp and a Rega P6 table for our listening tests. Now first, they have one of the sweetest top-end presentations that you will find on the market. The design of the Motion XT tweeter allows for a very controlled dispersion pattern. Not only do you get blazing fast and clean highs that are never harsh, you also get a huge, wide soundstage with pinpoint accuracy. Now, the bass tones reach fairly low for a modest bookshelf as well. MartinLogan specs them out at 50 Hz plus or minus 3 decibels, which is very impressive for a box this size. Now we love the fact that they went for a fast and tight bass character over that big boomy bass type of sound. You can listen to these for hours without any fatigue and just get really drawn into the music. Now, after spinning all kinds of different music, the thing that really stood out to us is how well they present a natural soundstage with this total effortless quality. The Motion 35 XT is one heck of an incredible bookshelf speaker, and we have loved them at Audio Advice since their introduction. Now, they were already a great speaker for the money, but with our special pricing, they are almost a no-brainer. And now they can be the cornerstone of a great system for 2-channel audio, and should you want to use them for home theater, MartinLogan has a perfectly matched center channel to go with it. If you are a home theater buff and you're already using some of the Motion towers for your fronts, you should pick up a pair and use these as your surrounds or rears, which will give you a seamless 3-dimensional surround soundstage. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Audio Advice is an authorized dealer of high-performance audio products from great brands around the world. If you have any questions or need audio advice, you can chat with an expert at audioadvice.com. Call us or visit one of our 2 world-class showrooms in Raleigh and Charlotte, North Carolina.